established West Point Esports back in October 2019, I never dreamed that we would reach this level. Hi everyone, 大家好. This is Ael Dela Paz, team owner of West Point Esports, both for Philippines and Singapore operations. My players call me Ael, and in Discord servers, I am also known as Waterboy. I'm currently 30 years old and a certified public accountant by profession. I'm also a part-time businessman. I got the name West Point Esports from my personal favorite and one of the best academy schools in the United States called West Point Academy. So after being inspired by West Point Academy, I used some of their values and strategies when running my organization. I train my players not only to become excellent future esports players, but better individuals as well. Here at West Point Esports, we have established an environment that strictly focuses on 4 key attributes. First is discipline, second is performance, third is continual improvement, and last but not the least, commitment. We are very strict when it comes to punctuality, not only in our practices, but in tournaments as well. West Point Esports aims to produce not only excellent esports athletes, but better individuals as well. When I established West Point Esports back in October 2019, it was initially not to become a competitive team, but rather as a supplement to my computer shop business. Because prior to the pandemic, I was included in a group chat together with the computer shop owners all over the Philippines, and we came up with the idea to chip in for a tournament, for an online tournament, and if the prize pool becomes attractive enough, maybe the players will start playing more in our respective computer shops. In those online tournaments, we were very fortunate to win some of those, not only in League of Legends, but in other genres as well, such as Dota 2. So that's when I have decided to reach out to the best available players in my hometown, Malolos City, and I was able to form a very competitive team, and we joined local tournaments, and we were very fortunate to win several championships prior to the pandemic. Since I have already reached my goal of becoming the best team in Bulacan in less than 6 months of operation, it's time for West Point Esports to level up its goal, and that would be to become one of the best teams in the Philippines by 2021. Now, my original players were very skeptic to the idea of trying to become one of the best team in the Philippines, which was understandable, of course, because being the best team in Bulacan and being one of the best in the Philippines, there is a huge gap in between. So admittedly, during our first few online tournaments, we were not able to replicate our success in Bulacan. So that's when I decided to hire a consultant to help me manage my team. What are we doing wrong? What do we need to improve on? And I guess that's where I got some of my current players, and some of the best players in the Philippines were able to join me, and by 2021, we were able to dominate the Philippine League of Legends scene. Currently, we have a 98.14% tournament win rate using our standard lineup. We are currently on a 12 championship win streak in local tournaments. We have 2 international championships to date, 1 in Singapore, 1 in Malaysia, both also tournament sweeps from round 1 all the way up to the championship. And we are invited in the most prestigious cup in Korea, which is the KESPA Cup 2021. Let me share with you my 5 selected proudest moments of West Point Esports as of recording date. For number 5, it's the on-site championships at TNC Baliwag and TNC Bustos. For TNC Bustos, this is much more special to me because we actually won the champion and first runner-up during this event. This is very special to me because that's the validation that I need that what we were doing was correct. And now what's interesting to note here is that when the team arrived in TNC Bustos at that time, lots of people were talking that, oh, the champions in TNC Baliwag are here. So that's when West Point Esports was starting to make a name for itself in Bulacan region. For number 4, it's the reverse sweep against Guardians Hive. Guardians Hive, or popularly known as GH, is recognized as one of the best Philippine League of Legends team and we were able to reverse sweep them in one tournament. We are down 0-2 already in a best of 5 series, so GH only needs one win to secure the championship. So we lost game 1. For game 2, we also experimented with our lineup by having, if I'm not mistaken, YJY playing as mid, wherein he is known as an ADC. But for game 3, and our backs against the wall, so we did our standard lineup wherein we were able to secure 3 straight wins and secure our championship. When you are down 0-2, that's when the hopelessness starts to set. I always tell my players that remember this moment, because this won't be the last time that we will be down in a series. Just remember how you guys responded to the challenge, and we can win. For my third proudest moment, it's the international championships that we have won. One in Singapore and one in Malaysia. And as mentioned earlier, these are both tournament sweeps from round 1 all the way up to the championship. Winning an international championship is very special for us because it's a validation on our end that our gameplay is not only effective in the Philippines but in other countries as well. For the second international championship, that's a tournament organized by a Malaysian organization. Some PCS pros or former PCS pros also joined the tournament, and we were able to become champion on that tournament as well. For my second most proud moment of West Point Esports, it's when we achieved 8 out of the top 10 in the challenger list in the Philippines. Achieving 8 out of the top 10 challenger solo duo in the Philippines is not an ordinary achievement. As far as I know, no other organization or competitive team was able to reach that level. Achieving 8 out of the top 10 spots is something that I'm truly proud of because it's a testament of my players' hard work and dedication to show everyone that West Point Esports is indeed one of the best teams here in the Philippines. Now, for my proudest moment in the short history of West Point Esports, maybe it's our recent achievement when we got invited to the highly prestigious KESPA Cup. You do not apply to become part of KESPA. They invite you, they choose you to participate. So out of literally hundreds of other Asian teams, we were selected as one of those 4 non-Korean teams. So it's a testament again for me, and maybe some sort of validation that we are starting to gain a little bit of international notice. So that's so far my proudest moment in West Point Esports. So what's in store for West Point Esports for 2022? Well, we have already achieved my target goal of becoming one of the best teams here in the Philippines. Now, I set my sights to the entire Southeast Asia as a whole. Now, I know that this is a big gap between being one of the best here in the Philippines and being one of the best in Southeast Asia, but I remember the feeling when I aimed to become one of the best here in the Philippines, and we achieved it. All of the achievements that West Point Esports made over its 2 years of operations, we were able to achieve it with very, very minimal funding, with very, very minimal investment. All of this are just plain hard work, plain dedication, commitments from my players and from my back-end staff as well. So now in 2022, I am pleased to announce that we have received additional investment and sponsorships are on its way. And I'm very, very thrilled to show everyone what West Point Esports can achieve now that we have funding, now that we have investors, now that we are having some connections. Next year, we are aiming to become the official Team Philippines in the upcoming SEA Games 2022 and hopefully in the Asian Games as well. To our valued investors and upcoming sponsors, I would like to personally thank you for trusting West Point Esports. I hope that we were able to convince you of what we can do given the additional funding that we will be having this coming year, and we will not let you down. Thank you so much for watching the episode 1 of West Side Stories. I hope you are all excited with what's coming next for our organization. As mentioned, great things are coming for West Point Esports in 2022, and I hope you will all be part of the journey. For the next few episodes, we will be focusing on our players and in our team. So please stay tuned. Don't forget to like and follow West Point Esports to stay updated in our events. Thank you so much.